Not all survival scenarios require firearms. Nonetheless, it feels reassuring to have one. And no, you don't use guns to threaten or intimidate people. No, no. Instead, they can be useful for hunting, clearing pests, and of course, defending yourself against attackers. With that being said, there are specific guns that are suitable to deal with tough jobs. What's up, fellow preppers? I'm Ted from Ant Prepper, and today I am going to list some of the most effective and viable firearms for surviving the apocalypse and other shtf situations that could threaten your life. Before I begin, I humbly ask each of you to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Those little clicks will help me create more videos that are helpful to preppers and those who simply want to survive this crazy world. Now let's get started. Remington 870. If we are strictly limiting ourselves to survival, guns with bare-bone reliability should be our top priority. There's no need to beat the bush here. For shotguns, that would be the Remington 870. The Mossberg 500 is an excellent alternative, but the Remington 870 is considered the king of the pump actions. There are a lot of things you can appreciate with the Remington 870. Even though it's an affordable gun, its action is silky smooth and surprisingly refined. It's also downright reliable and can be purchased in various calibers and configurations. And did I say that it has a robust steel receiver that you can beat into someone's flesh? The most popular option for a Remington 870 is a 12-gauge caliber, but it's also available in 20-gauge and 410-gauge options. Its standard barrel measures 20 inches and comes with a full length of 40 inches. Its weight is fairly manageable at 7 pounds, which should allow you to maneuver and carry it comfortably in most situations. The capacity is about 7 rounds, so it has enough stopping power, to say the least. With its raised bead sight, I think its accuracy won't be an issue at all. Glock 17 Gen 5. I think none of us would argue that the Glock 17 is an excellent survival gun. Look, Glock guns are boring. They are blocky, and they aren't the most ergonomic among the bunch. But there's only one thing where these Austrian pistols outrank roughly 90% of their competition, and that's their reliability. And do you know where reliability is most useful? In survival and shtf scenarios, of course. In any of those predicaments, the last gun you would want to be with you is a flimsy, malfunction magnet handgun. The Glock 17, or any Glock pistol, is designed with a few moving parts. It's not a secret recipe. Anyone can disassemble a Glock and see that its construction is plainly simple. But with few moving parts, you don't have to fuss over reliability problems. Of course, this also means that it's a lot easier to clean and maintain the pistol. Now, in terms of durability, a lot of people would criticize polymer pistols. But the Glock 17, alongside Glock pistols, has survived torture tests. The polymer frame of Glock guns isn't fragile. Plus, the corrosion-resistant finish on the barrel and slide also boosts its ability to take a beating. It's not difficult to upgrade or repair the Glock 17 either. After all, the brand has an extensive aftermarket. I suggest that you get a Gen 5 Glock since it is of superior quality to the previous generations of Glock pistols. The Glock 17 Gen 5 features a marksman barrel, which improves accuracy. Additionally, it has a redesigned trigger mechanism for a smoother and more consistent trigger pull. There are no more finger grooves, so the gun is a lot easier to hold and shoot. Ammo is not a problem for the Glock 17. It's chambered in 9mm, so virtually anywhere you can find ammo for it. But to avoid the hassle, it's prudent to stockpile bullets for this gun, or any gun you have in your arsenal. Ruger 1022. Most American firearms owners would agree that any variant of the Ruger 1022 is a good survival gun, especially if we are talking about the Takedown or the Takedown Backpacker models. However, I really suggest that you get the old production models, as the new ones in the market have sustained the effects of cost-cutting measures. For example, its housing and trigger guard are both made from plastic, while the finish is no longer anodized aluminum. Instead, it's some sort of enamel or paint, I don't know. Furthermore, the 1980s Ruger 1022 has more substantial stocks. This is just me. But hey, I trust my instincts. Well, for an affordable gun, I think the trade-off is quite acceptable. If you no longer have any option, then it's better to pick any Ruger 1022 anyway. To be fair, the sights and barrels of new Ruger 1022 rifles are exactly the same as the original ones. That's a plus. And its action, which made it popular in the first place, is still as smooth as ever. The gun is really exemplary when it comes to this aspect, and perhaps it's one of the reasons why the Ruger 1022 remains one of the most bought rifles in every American household. The trigger has the same consistency, too. The effectiveness of modern Ruger 1022 is also seen in some of the improvements in its design. I appreciate that Ruger made the barrel of some 1022s threaded for attaching suppressors, and I have to compliment its paddle mag release. I kinda didn't like the buttoned one. So overall, the Ruger 1022 is still an efficient weapon for survival. CMMG Endeavor. The CMMG brand is more popular for its Banshee AR pistols, but one lineup from the brand that you need to check out is the Endeavor. This one is meant for long-range precision, and in survival scenarios, a reliable firearm that can shoot from 100 yards and beyond is downright essential, especially if you are hunting or fending off attackers. It's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor and features a 24-inch barrel with a threaded muzzle. It has an overall length of 45.2 inches, and this thing is not lightweight. It's about 11 pounds or so when unloaded, but that's all right, as its weight is distributed throughout its body. Plus, the substantial heft means that it can manage the recoil of 6.5 Creedmoor rounds effectively. Other notable features of this semi-auto assault rifle are an ambidextrous safety selector, a Geissel 2-stage trigger, and an M-lock handguard. Actually, you can already start shooting the gun after you unbox it. It already has the needed components, except for the bipod, optics, and of course the ammo. The bipod is a crucial element to this rifle. Although it's optional, you would need to get one if you are daring yourself to hit targets past 500 yards. Once you have the bipods and optics mounted, the gun becomes a laser-accurate shooter. In fact, this has to be one of the ARs that I sighted the quickest. Furthermore, the CMMG Endeavor is known for its reliability. I mean, CMMG has the reputation of being a reliable AR brand, so it should not come as a surprise. All I want to say is that when it comes to survival, you can depend on this rifle. Sig Sauer MPXK. Pistol caliber carbines, or PCCs, are always in the discussion when it comes to survival firearms, which is not a surprise considering they bring firepower and efficiency in a compact package. And when it comes to these PCCs, I think the Sig Sauer MPXK is definitely an option you need to try. You can try it as an alternative for the CZ Scorpion Evo 3, CMMG Banshee, or the Ruger PC carbine. Well, it's a bit pricey. It's over $1,000. However, I am confident that it's worth its price tag, thanks to its positive operation, streamlined design, and foolproof efficiency. This one uses a short-stroke gas piston, which is distinct considering that most PCCs right now are using a direct blowback. What this means is that the MPXK is reliable and clean. The gun has a total length of 22.25 inches and weighs about 5 pounds. Meanwhile, the cold hammer-forged barrel is only 4.5 inches long. This one is threaded, by the way, so mounting suppressors is possible. You'll find its Picatinny rail and optic rail useful as well in bringing the combat effectiveness of the gun to the next level. In terms of controls, I don't think that anyone who is familiar with AR-15s will find it difficult to operate the MPX. Well, there are some changes to their design. Specifically, important controls like the selector lever and mag release were made ambidextrous. With its flared mag well, you can make quick and fuss-free reloads, making the MPX a lot more useful in high-pressure situations. Thanks for watching. Times are tough, but I hope that with these videos, we will be able to plan, prepare, and act accordingly. Take care and be ready at all times. See you in my next videos.